This is lecture part 4 of chapter number 2, that is the data of macroeconomics. In this lecture, we are going to discuss Consumer Price Index, that is CPI. In previous lecture, we have discussed one measure of inflation, that is GDP deflator. Now we are going to discuss another measure which is very common measure being used by different countries, and this is known as Consumer Price Index or CPI. It measures overall level of prices. It is published by Bureau of Labor Statistics, that is BLS, and in Pakistan, Federal Bureau of Statistics, that is FBS, is responsible for estimating the consumer price index and calculating inflation rate of the country. CPI is used to track changes in the typical household's cost of living. CPI is basically used to check the change in households' cost of living. For this purpose, CPI is used and we calculate the inflation rate. CPI is also used to allow comparisons of dollar figures from different years. So you can also compare these figures with different years to come up with comparison of inflation rate among different countries over the years. So CPI is an important measure of inflation. How the BLS in USA and FBS in Pakistan constructs the CPI. There are certain steps. Step number 1 is survey consumers to determine composition of the typical consumer's basket of goods. Here, basket of goods means that the list of goods which needs to be included in calculation of CPI. Through surveys, baskets of commodities is determined uh, in order to calculate CPI. Then, every month, collect data on prices of all items in the basket and compute cost of the basket. Compute the cost of all items present in basket, and CPI in any month equals and the formula for calculating CPI is given over here, that is cost of basket in that month divided by cost of basket in base period multiplied by 100. Here is an exercise that is to compute the CPI. Information is given here. The basket contains 20 pizzas and 10 compact discs. And we have to calculate cost of basket, CPI and inflation rate from the preceding years. So for each year compute the cost of basket, the CPI, use 2000 as the base year, and then compute the inflation rate from the preceding year. So a table is given over here. For year 2000, uh, the cost for pizza is $10. CDs, it is $15. Then for 2001, the cost of pizza is $11, and for CDs it is $15 again. For year 2002, the cost of pizza is $12 and the cost of CD is $16. And for year 2003, the cost of pizza is $13 and the cost of CD is $15. Now by using this data, we have to calculate cost of basket, CPI and the inflation rate. And the formula to calculate inflation rate is given over here, that is CPI of current year minus CPI of previous year divided by CPI of previous year multiplied by 100. Now, in order to calculate the cost of basket, and we know that the basket contains pizzas and CDs, 20 pizzas and 10 CDs. So, cost of basket is, for year 2000 we have to calculate the cost of pizza and cost of CDs, then we have to add them up. That is, there are 20 pizzas in the basket and cost is $10. So 10 multiplied by 20, that is 200. And then there are 10 CDs in the basket, and the cost of one CD is $15. So we have to multiply 15 by 10. So we get 150. So 200 plus 150, we get $350. So the cost of basket for year 2000 is 350. Likewise, we have to calculate cost of basket for year 2001, that is 11 multiplied by 20 plus 15 multiplied by 10. We get $370. For year 2002, 12 multiplied by 20 plus 16 multiplied by 10, we get 400. And for year 2003, 13 multiplied by 20 plus 15 multiplied by 10, and we get $410. So in this way, we can calculate the cost of basket. That is this one. For year 2000, it is $350. For year 2001, it is $370. For year 2002, it is $400. And for year 2003, it is $410. Now we have to calculate CPI. In order to calculate CPI, the formula is cost of basket in that month or the current period divided by cost of basket in base period multiplied by 100. So here, cost of basket in the current period, that is year 2000, it is 350, and the base period is again same, that is 2000. So 350 divided by 350 multiplied by 100, we get 100. So CPI for base year is 100. Now coming towards year 2001, now the cost of basket for current period is 370 divided by cost of basket in base period, that is 350. So 350 is now considered as base period's cost of basket. So 370 divided by 350 multiplied by 100, we get 105.7 as CPI of year 2001. In order to calculate CPI for year 2002, again 400, that is the cost of basket in that current period, that is for year 2002, divided by 370, that is the base year, and then multiply it with 100. So we get 114.3, that is CPI for year 2002. So for this question, we have considered 2000 as base year. So in order to calculate CPI for year 2002, we have to divide 400 by 350. That is 400 divided by 350 multiplied by 100, we get 114.3. And for year 2003, we have to divide 410, that is the cost of basket in that current period, divided by 350, that is the base year cost of the basket in the base year, that is 350. So dividing 400 by 350 multiplying by 100, we get 117.1, that is the CPI of year 2003. After calculating CPI of all these given years, now we have to calculate the inflation rate. And the formula for inflation rate is this one, that is CPI of current year minus CPI of previous year divided by CPI of previous year multiplied by 100. So again, for year 2001 we have to subtract 105.7 minus 100 divided by 100 multiply by 100, we get 5.7%. For year 2002 again, 114.3 minus 105.7 divided by 105.7 multiply by 100, we get 8.1%. And for year 2003, 117.1 minus 114.3 divided by 114.3 multiply by 100, and we get 2.5% inflation rate for year 2003. Now comes the composition of CPI's basket. As you know that in order to calculate CPI, survey is conducted to determine the basket of commodities. Here you can see that which type of goods are included in CPI's basket. Here are, you can see, food and beverages, housing, apparel, transportation, medical care, recreation, education, communication, and other goods and services. And the major chunk of goods and services is housing, that is 40%. Then comes food and beverages, that is about you can see here transportation 17.6, then comes food and beverages, that is 16.2%. So this is the typical composition of CPI's basket, that it includes a number of goods and services. Now we are going to discuss the difference between CPI and GDP deflator. Both are used to measure inflation. Prices of capital goods included in GDP deflator if produced domestically and excluded from CPI. Keep in mind that prices of those capital goods that are produced domestically are included in GDP deflator, but these prices are excluded from CPI. Prices of imported consumer goods included in CPI and excluded from GDP deflator, and the basket of goods in CPI it is fixed, and in GDP deflator changes every year. So these are the differences between CPI and GDP deflator, as I have already explained each one of them in detail in the previous slides. Here is the graphical representation of both measures of inflation, that is CPI and GDP deflator. As you can see here that percentage change is measured on y-axis and years are on x-axis. Blue graph is for CPI and red is for GDP deflator. There is lot of fluctuation in both of the measures of inflation over years. In most of the cases, both parameters move in same direction. If one increases, other also increases and vice versa. This is how we can see how both the measures change over time. So this red is for GDP deflator and green blue curve is representing CPI. Now comes categories of the population. In this topic, we will discuss how to calculate unemployment rate in any of the economy. Before going to that, there are few terminologies to discuss. So population is divided into given categories. First is employed. People who are working at a paid job are known as employed labor force. Another category is unemployed, that is not employed but looking for a job. Another is labor force, the amount of labor available for producing goods and services, all employed plus unemployed persons. There are people, you can see from the definition that labor force is equals to employed plus unemployed persons. So these are the people between age of 15 years to 64 years. Some of them are employed and some of them are unemployed. Next category is not in the labor force, that not employed and not looking for work. Those who are below 15 years and above 64 years, so they are not added in the labor force. So we can say that population is divided into four main categories, that is employed, unemployed, labor force and not in labor force. Two important labor force concepts. First is unemployment rate, that is the percentage of the labor force that is unemployed. And second is labor force participation rate, the fraction of the adult population that participates in the labor force. There is an exercise to compute labor force statistics. Data is given from US adult population by group, April 2002. In that, number of unemployed labor force is 134.0 million, number of unemployed is 8.6 million, and adult population is 213.5 million. Now use the above data to calculate the labor force, the number of people not in the labor force, the labor force participation rate, and unemployment rate. Answers are given over here. Data is given. Employed persons are 134.0 million, unemployed 8.6 million, and total population is 213.5. So in order to calculate labor force, the formula is employed plus unemployed, that is 134.0 plus 8.6. So we get 142.6 million as labor force. Next is to find out not in labor force. So not in labor force means total population minus labor force. So total population is 213.5 and labor force is 142.6. So subtracting 213.5 by from 142.6 we get 70.9 million as not in labor force. Next is unemployment rate. It is calculated by dividing unemployed divided by labor force. So unemployed persons 8.6 divided by labor force 142.6, which is equals to 0.06, or if we multiply it with 100 then we get the percentage rate, that is 6.0% of the unemployment rate. Next is labor force participation rate. In order to find out labor force participation rate, we have to divide labor force by population. So labor force is 142.6 divided by population, that is 213.5, that is 0.668, and if we multiply it with 100 we get 68.8%, that is labor force participation rate. In this way we can calculate labor force, not in labor force, unemployment rate and labor force participation rate if we are given with the data that is employed, unemployed, and population. Next is Okun's law. Okun was an economist. He said that employed workers help produce GDP while unemployed workers do not. So, one would expect a negative relationship between unemployment and real GDP. As we have discussed, employed and unemployed labor force, people who are employed are contributing towards the production of goods and services and also contributing towards the GDP of an economy. But those who are unemployed and looking for job are not participating in production process and not contributing in the GDP. So there is a negative relationship between unemployment and real GDP. As unemployment increases, real GDP decreases and vice versa. And this relationship is clear in the data that is available here. On y-axis, percentage change in real GDP is measured, and on x-axis, change in unemployment rate is measured. There is a downward sloping line which indicates the negative relationship between unemployment and real GDP. Okun's law states that a 1% decrease in unemployment is associated with 2% points of additional growth in real GDP. It means that if there is 1% decrease in unemployment rate, with that decrease in 1% of the employment rate, 2% point there is a 2% point increase in percentage change in real GDP, which means that 1% decrease in unemployment leads 2 percentage points of additional growth in real GDP, which shows the negative relationship between both the variables, that is, percentage change in real GDP and change in unemployment rate. If unemployment rate decreases, then real GDP increases, and if unemployment rate increases, then real GDP decreases. So there is a negative relationship or inverse relationship between these two variables.